He was awesome, best speaker I've ever heard.
Yeah, I really appreciated Dan coming again and sharing his appreciation for all the soldiers coming from Army Ranger, and a shout out to all the Army Rangers out there. Rangers lead the way.
It's the second time I've seen Dan Clark. It was a great experience. He left a great message for all of us. Very inspiring.
I should have the courage to live up to my potential.
Just inspiration to keep going and to know that you have to find your purpose and to continue on in life.
I had an extraordinary experience on October 23rd, 2010, where I had an opportunity to go up into the edge of space in a U-2 reconnaissance aircraft. It's a classified mission, but I can tell you at 70,000 feet, you can see 2/3 of the state of California. At 80,000 feet, you see mapped outlines of America, and at 90,000 feet, you tear up and actually feel like you can reach out and touch the face of God. For 4 hours, I sat in the sounds of silence, looking at the curvature of the earth, pondering eternity and where I fit in. Me, one of billions of people, does my life really matter? Sitting at a 16-mile high perspective on our wonderful earth, pondering eternity, looking into the endless blackness of space. Do you know what crossed my mind? Could we be more than just mere mortal beings living on a small planet for a short season? And if so, what is the purpose of life? Why are we really here? And when we landed, do you know what occurred to me? Everything we can take with us when we die, I had aboard with me on that aircraft. It changed my perspective on life and living, and it inspired me to write my 21st book, The Art of Significance, Achieving the Level Beyond Success. The most frequently asked question of the talk show host was, Clark, how did you come up with such a provocative title? I'm a dumb football player, so I'm thinking provocative titles, yeah, that's a compliment. I don't know what the word means, but it sounds like I'm smart. And I answered this way. I played football for 13 years. One of my football teammates was drafted into the National Football League in the second round by the Philadelphia Eagles. After 2 years in the NFL, at the top of his game, he's traded to my Oakland Raiders. After 4 years in the NFL, at a superstar status, he walks out of practice one day, quits, never to play again. Why? He loved being a football player, but he hated playing football. He got what he wanted, but he hated what he got. Any of you here for the same reasons? Most people hate their jobs. They only look forward to Friday instead of Monday. They think they're paid by the hour, when in reality we're paid for the value we bring to that hour. And the most significant thing I learned when we landed from my experience in space, the question and answer that must be answered daily, minute by minute, does your life matter? Are you significant? My buddy, my football buddy, he loved the celebrity perks. He loved the fame and fortune that allowed him to live this life we call successful. But because his inner voice and his true purpose in life was misaligned with who he was and what he did for a living, obviously he would never be able to live this life of significance and want what he was getting, and he would die with his music still in him. The Art of Significance, A-R-T, I turned into an acronym. Awareness, refinement, and transformation. Let me just quickly illustrate those. Awareness. Let's talk awareness, and let me share an explanation. As I was doing a book signing before for the Platinums and above, we did a little leadership training experience. I had Tim come up to me and he says, hey, what's this bracelet? I said, well, it was given to me in 2005 in Bagram, Afghanistan. I was over there firing up our troops. I was there for 16 days, Afghanistan, Iraq, United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, Qatar, Bahrain, out to Djibouti, Horn of Africa, Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, down into Abramanch, Ethiopia. It was quite a trip. 16 days, spoke 23 times on 12 bases, and out of the USS Harry S. Truman aircraft carried over 30,000 of our bravest men and women. Touched my life forever. Talk about one moment in time changing us and transforming us forever. Unbelievable. I honor our troops. I love them so much. I wear this bracelet given to me in Bagram, Afghanistan by an Army Ranger. I wear this bracelet constantly to remind me to become more aware of the fact that it's not enough for us to just practice what we preach. We must preach only what we practice. I know some of you have seen that YouTube clip where the high school basketball coach has become successful. And when you're a coach, SS, you need to win. That's the goal. Win the conference championship, develop talent, make sure you create a dynasty. Win, win, win. The scoreboard matters. Be successful. And in the last few minutes of this basketball game, their high school basketball manager, a little kid with autism, had the chance of a lifetime to suit up with his own uniform and sit on that bench and participate as a player, not as a manager. And with a few minutes left to go in the game, that successful high school basketball coach inserts this manager who happens to be autistic. And what happens? I know so many of you have seen that. He sinks 2 3-point shots, nothing but net. And his teammates leap to their feet, and his side of the gymnasium leap to their feet and start chanting his name. But now this little kid with autism sinks 2 more 3-pointers in a row. And the opposing team's bench stands. And the opposing fans stand. And they join in, and now the entire arena is chanting his name. And then he makes the last 2 shots, 6 3-pointers in a row. And the place goes nuts. And I guarantee no one ever talks about the score of that game. And yes, the coach was successful. But in those few minutes, he taught us to become aware of the moments in time when we can become significant. And in an opportunity of a lifetime with Life Unlimited, given to you on a silver platter with leaders who are passionate, creative, smart, visionaries, who are former coaches, who get it, Barry, who understand. I give my heart and soul. I want you to lead me to the promised land and help me become significant. The art of significance, and that's only the A part. Let me quickly go to refinement and transformation. Refinement. It's taking yourself and your people whom you love to the next level. Not because it's expected by others, but because it's demanded of yourself. We're all going to die. We better deal with it. And the way we deal with it is to make sure we're giving it everything we've got when less would be sufficient, moment by moment, day by day. I'm paid big bucks by the National Football League to work with teams. Walk with me. I walk into that NFL team meeting, and there are 53 elite athletes who collectively represent over $105 million in annual salary. So what do you say to them? Question, can you motivate them with money? No. So if you can't motivate somebody with money, if you can't motivate them with benefits and bonuses, if you can't motivate them with awards and rewards, same thing that motivates these professional athletes is the same thing that motivates you and me, expectation. So here's the object lesson. 53 elite athletes are sitting in the room. Visualize a sea of testosterone steroid poster children. I ask an assistant coach and a captain of the team to hold a broomstick 12 inches off the floor. And ahead of time, I get the name of the most gifted, talented athlete on the whole squad who can jump 38 inches high. Do you know how high that is? Without even getting any running start, no inertia, they just stand there and go, eat a Big Mac, drink a Diet Coke before they land. You're like, dude, whoa. And this prima donna is always on the back row, so I have to encourage him. I call him out by name. And sure enough, it takes him 22 and a half minutes to walk to the front of the room like he sat on something hot. He's now in front. Captain, assistant coach, holding a broomstick 12 inches off the floor. A superstar is standing in front of the room, in front of the bar. And I engage him in conversation. Hey, you think you can jump over that 12-inch high broomstick? Reaction's always the same. Why are you wasting my time? Are you stupid? So I changed the question. Will you jump over that 12-inch high broomstick? And their response is always the same. They pacify me, skip over the bar, stare me down, so I stare back. And here's where the teaching begins. Why did you only jump 12 inches high when you and your teammates know you can jump 38 inches high? And the answer is always the same. Because that's all you asked me to do. How high is your bar? Everyone with whom you live and practice and worship and work knows how high your bar is because they see it every day. But only you know how high it could be, it should be. Only you know if you're pushing yourself to your ultimate capacity and potential as a human being. Who will it be in this ballroom to stand up and stand out in a crowd? And the simple answer, what are you willing to do that no one else is willing to do? And that's transformation. Remember, the goal is not to do business with everybody who wants what you have. The goal is to do business only with those who believe what you believe, so they choose you, not just someone who does what you do. What are you willing to do to differentiate yourself? In a nutshell, it boils down to one quote. Jay Stone said, "The most visible creators I know are those artists whose medium is life itself. The ones who express the inexpressible without brush, hammer, clay, or guitar. Their medium is being. Whatever their presence touches has increased life. They see and they don't have to draw. They are the artists of being alive." God bless our troops. God bless America. God bless Australia, just for the record. And God bless all of you to engage in answering the better questions that will come forth in the next 2 days, so that you have the guts and intestinal fortitude required for you to leave here and become aware, committed to refining that awareness and transforming your life into life unlimited, not because it's expected by others, but because it's demanded of yourself. Love this opportunity to be here. I'll see you out at the book signing, and have a great day.
Hey Terry, you know who I think the most amazing motivational speaker in the world is?
Who's that?
Dan Clark.
Why is Dan Clark the most amazing motivational speaker in the world?
He really got me to come out of my shell.
Oh, okay, that's great.
It is.